Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We tried streaming earlier today. Went alright for a little bit, but it didn't take, so... For those watching on YouTube, you're gonna see some general connection issues, some things repeated, and I apologize for that, but I had to make do with what happened. So, right now, we're loading from just after the boss fight with the fake Avalon, the monster in the museum here. Last time, Osborne declared martial law. Well, the Ironbloods did. Osborne was just controlling them from the shadows as usual. And they've enacted the Imperial Mobilization Law, a law that will allow them to take control of whatever they need for whatever purposes they desire. The basic idea of it is that it would just hold in place until the war with Calvard was over, that they're clearly planning to start. However, laws like that don't go away so easily. And Erebonia will be feeling the burden of this declaration for years to come, if something is not done about it immediately. But what can we do? We're just a bunch of 20-somethings and a few students. I guess all we can do is all we can do. Anyway, our next destination is the Sankt District here. We've got a few things to check out around the city before we meet with whoever Gaius and Emma want us to see in the cathedral. So anyway, let's check out the embassy first. The gate is locked tightly. Looks like it's completely closed now. After all, a declaration of war did happen. Sounds like diplomacy completely broke down. Did the remaining officials leave the country then? They must have, and the clerks too. For it to get this far. The government seems to be serious this time, so all we can do is get serious ourselves. There's nothing left here. Let's move on. Right. Hey, Necro. Yeah, well, you missed quite a few bombshells, actually. There was an attempted assassination on the Emperor, and because of that, the Imperial government has decided to go ahead and declare martial law, and they're gearing up to start a war with Calvard, no matter what the cost of the citizenry is. Anyway, we're gonna go check in the hotel, see what Elise and the Reinfords are up to here. Alright, this should be good, Elise. I'm sorry for asking you to do this. Oh, it's no worry. You're Rean's sister, after all. And if my Elisa works hard enough, we might end up related one day. Oh, brother. Grandpa? Brother! You came. Oh, it's good to see you all. It's a sight to see you all together like this. I'm so glad, brother. And Muse's here too. I just asked them to tell me about your situation a little while ago. I see. Did you come here from the girls' school because you were worried about Rean? Well, I won't deny it. I was also hoping to get in touch with the princess at the castle. Oh. Yeah, I'm worried about her too. To see her father like that. And then for her brother to make that broadcast. Fee? And then I want to get in touch with you two as well. Well, based on Elise's observation the other day, I was worried. So, I had communication access set up directly into the palace. Security was still low, so I was able to set it up quite easily. Well, I guess we were the ones to deliver the communication systems for the palace. It would be tough to get in the front, but with something like this... We're about to contact them, so if all goes well, we should be able to say hello. Oh yeah, that dungeon was hell. After convincing the answering service, they managed to get in contact with Princess Alphen. And to think Gwen would contact me. Elise, Rean, you're all together. Princess. Oh, thank goodness. I'm just glad I can see your face. How is His Majesty's condition? There haven't been any updates. It still seems serious. A famous doctor arrived this morning from the medical university in Crossbell. Oh, that'd be the same doctor who treated Sharon when she was injured. I heard she arrived this morning in a high-speed Rhineford airship. Oh, he should be fine then. I heard she's a great doctor. I'm sure he'll be okay, Princess. Although we're probably under suspicion, being in the same class as Ash and all. Oh, that's true. I don't know what compelled Ash to do that. But my mother and I are judging the situation calmly, so don't worry. It sounds like we don't know where Altina or Milliam are, so a serious situation might be developing. And then, there was Cedric's broadcast, of course. Princess. I've decided. I'm gonna leave the castle and head for the girls' school. What? Princess, why? My mother will be worried, but I've been thinking I can't just sit here and do nothing. There's the situation with Cedric, and I want to see how things are in the city. Well, that's... You're so strong, Princess. Given the situation, I think it might be best for you to see it with your own eyes. Right, but don't forget your escort, of course. You need to stay safe as well. Don't worry about that. I have an excellent team. Elise, wait at the hotel for me. I'll be there in a jiffy. Understood. I'll be waiting, Alphen. Be careful, though. And we're really grateful for the kind words about Ash. More than thanking you, let's resolve this incident. Between Ash's situation, the Prime Minister's speech, and the looming war with the Republic, we're moving that we can find this incomprehensible thing that's causing all of this, and to return life in the Empire back to normal. Oh, Instructor. We all feel the same, Your Highness. As an inspector, I can't overlook this situation. We'll find out what's causing the wicked winds behind your brother. We're all with you on this. Right, I'm counting on you all. After that, while Princess Alphen made preparations, they bid her farewell. And after spending some time with Elise and the others, they took their leave. Never played a Senran Kagura game, but because I follow Xseed on Twitter, I do get a lot of promotions from them. Oh yeah, we got nothing but occult shenanigans going on. Apparently there's some kind of curse that's gripped Erebonia, and that's entirely the reason why Ash tried to assassinate the Emperor. So, who knows? This is, it's definitely a screwed up situation. Anyway, let's check the girls' school here. They're soldiers. It's just like Elise said. Yeah, but since Elise and Elephant are heading back here, the soldiers posted might actually be a blessing. Right. We'll leave it to them, then. Okay. And, we're gonna go pop on over to the Bracer Guild here. It's Alan and Patrick. So that's the end of the line. Sounds pretty suspicious, but I'll go quietly. Yeah, I'm sorry to bring this up. Seems like they're ignoring the intent of other countries as well. But Patrick, Alan, what are you guys doing here? Oh, you all came. We were worried about you. It seems like you guys had a rough time. Yeah, but why are the two of you here? I knew that Agate was staying here. Well, I've been asked to do a few things by my father. I also heard that you guys got out of the training ground. Yeah, sounds like Marcos Higharms isn't too bad a guy. We were just exchanging information when the warrant came. Oh. From your father? I guess you were able to get in contact with Nightheart, too. Yeah, I never thought those two would be contacting me. The 4th Division is currently stationed in the Emperor's office in the capital. By the way, Lieutenant Colonel Nightheart left his post at the main school and has returned back to his unit. Really? That's not surprising when you think about it. I'm sure the main school students are pretty confused, though. Of course. Prince Cedric isn't with them either. Why, though? I'm worried about Ada and Fritz. And this is the main thing I want to bring up. It seems the guild branch will have its operations suspended once again. Not just the branches in the capital, but the ones all across the Empire. What? No way! So it is true. I knew something stunk around here. Yeah, but this is even faster than I thought. This is beyond what I had imagined. So what about Toval and Sherazard? Well, they were all on alert to some extent yesterday. I'm glad they left in advance. Sorry, officer. No, I'm just the messenger here. Rean, I know things are tough, but best of luck. And of course, I won't let anyone know you got out of the training ground, so don't worry. I'll be sure to keep any information about you guys hidden from the Lieutenant General. Or from the General and the Lieutenant. Senran Kagura sounds nuts. I see. My father's in on this too. Thanks a lot. Well then, I will take my leave here. Please, excuse me. As my fellow clubmate, I gotta make sure I don't lose to him either. I see. You were both in the fencing club after all. Well, you've certainly changed a lot from how you were when you first joined up. Geez, I get it already. I know how immature I was. It'll be pretty troublesome with the guild branches closed, though. My father said he'd support you as much as he can, so don't hesitate to give him a call. Right. Sounds great. I'm sorry for all the trouble. Yep, so guild branches are closed down once again. As expected, we knew that wouldn't last long. Anyway, our next destination is the Heimdall Airport here. And we'll find Tio and Professor Schmidt. So let's see what they're up to. I see. So that's the difference between the Aeon and the Ion systems. And what did Roberts say about all this? The 13 factories of the Society rely on a unique network. And that a plan may be in works to consolidate the research of the Foundation, the Rhineford Group, the Zeiss Central Factory, and Vern. Professor Schmidt? Tio! Oh, it's you guys. Good work. It looks like you infiltrated the city safely, then. Why do you know about that? Were you behind the break in the communication blackout this morning? That's right. Dr. Schmidt and I have been working together. And Randy's informed me of the current situation. I'll be in the capital for a while, so if there's anything you need help with, I'll be happy to give you a hand. I see. Thank you. I feel so much better when you're here, Tio. But I never thought you'd be working with her, Professor. I didn't see you before. Why are you here? My movements are not limited by the government, after all. I've been interested in the Aeon system from the Foundation for a while. That's when we noticed communications had been severed from the training ground. I figured it was something like that. He never changes, does he? But why does he get special treatment, I wonder? It's probably because he's a genius. He's famous for refusing to cooperate while having free reign, after all. Right, and if that genius becomes necessary to the government, they don't want to have any trouble. Wow, even though he's only worked with them for a little bit. The capital doesn't have a normal network, but I've been able to deduce various things from stations and other institutions. I'll be certain to contact you right away if I figure out anything about Altina. So don't worry. We're counting on you. Be careful, Director Tio. Oh yeah, we're in the final chapter now, so if things aren't hitting a climax, this game's not doing it properly. And, Trails games always do climaxes properly. So let's talk to Professor Schmidt here. He has more to say. Dr. Schmidt, would you mind taking a look at this? Oh, you have some interesting materials there. That's sparkle. That's Zemurian ore. Well, just fragments of them anyway. Even so, the black ones that emit such radiance are rare. Give it here. Let me take a look. Right, of course. Schmidt took out a magnifying glass and began to examine the ore. Did you find anything, Professor? Well, I don't understand the details, but I had heard rumors about subspecies of Zemurian ore. This is likely stronger than normal ore. However, we'll need a new purification method to draw out its power. A new purification method? Do you think you can do it, Professor? And just who do you think you're talking to? I've already tried it several times. I could build you new weapons now if you needed them. Wait, really? That's incredible. as expected of our professor. Well, this should be no trouble at all. First, whose weapon do you want to build? Let me think. So we can pick between Rean, Kurt, Yuna, Kurt, and Muse. We're just going to be picking Rean, because he's our main character. He's going to be in every fight. So, you know. Then please, make me a new Tachi. Well then, I'll begin the process. Let us head to the workshop on the main street. Afterwards, they went to the Lumiere workshop on Vankir Street. As soon as they arrived, the professor set about enhancing the weapon. I'm really sorry to drop in on you like this. No, it's no worries. I'm honored to have the famous Professor Schmidt working in my workshop. Excellent. Yeah, I'm planning to stream for a while because I have tomorrow off. I don't have to work Boxing Day for once. It's great. Well, that's good then. So how did you get to know Professor Schmidt anyway? Actually, my father used to study under the professor, and I learned from him too. I've also been to train at the Engineering University in Ruhr as well. His training was incredibly helpful to me, but it was quite difficult. It's a great memory. I have a feeling he treated you guys pretty roughly. Exactly. I'm finished now. Wow, that was fast. He's a quick worker as usual. Here, take it. Receive the ultimate Tachi. This is a wonderful piece. As usual, your handicraft is incredible. I'm not an engineer, but I can tell this is top-notch. Oh, spare me the mushy crap. Although I hate to admit it, Russell's research results are the basis for this all. Without that foundation, this would have taken much longer. Russell, that's one of the 3 disciples. With you... Sorry, that line's a bit awkward. Russell, that's one of the 3 disciples of, Dr. Epstein, right? And Tita's grandfather as well. See you in a bit, Necro. So he was the one who established the purification method of Zemurian ore. Is that what you're getting at? Yes, it was Russell. It was around the time of the Liberal incident a few years ago. But actually, this is a problem in simplicity, not complexity. It's rare to see Professor Schmidt look so conflicted. Professor Russell must be an incredible person. However, this black Zemurian ore is a real mystery. It seems like regular Zemurian ore that went through some kind of change. Is that so? Well, this is just speculation for now. I don't have any proof. In any case, we now have a purification method for this black ore as well. I've already transferred the data to the Technical University and it has been released. If you'd like to enhance any of your other weapons, you can do so in any Orbital workshop. I see. Understood. He's incredibly fast, though. Well, I'm heading back to the airport now. Quest: Black Zemurian ore purification started. Now we can use Black Zemurian ore to build a weapon at any Orbital shop. Sorry, not started. Quest finished. Yeah, because this is, got all the quest trophy that I just received there. Anyway, this is our new weapon. 15% critical chance. Way more strength. Not a bad piece. And likewise, as long as we had Zemurian ore, we could customize some of our other weapons. However, we don't really have too much available to us at this time. So I'll just upgrade the weapons I do have. And now we can also upgrade all the old Class 7's weapons as well. So we're gonna do that because we have an abundance of U materials. Okay. And just see if they have anything else to buy. Nope. Okay. That's good. Our next stop is the Dreikel's Plaza. And, we want to check out this riled up crowd here. That damned Republic! How can they do something like this? That's right! It's a declaration of war against our country! I hope the military does something! Quickly, as soon as possible, put an end to those Calvad scum! Alrighty then. We just have to go to a few more places. Just before we go on and continue on with the main plot here. Oh, Bennett's here. But let's talk to Oscar right now. I'm sure the two of them are pretty concerned. They've just caught up into another war zone here, after leaving Crossbell 2 years ago. Some people aren't very lucky, but at least these two have each other. Anyway, by talking to Oscar here, we got 3 last croissants, which doesn't sound ominous at all. Alrighty then. Anything else I'm missing? Went there already. Did that already. Okay. So we want to talk to the, That's not the person we wanted to talk to. No, we want to talk to this girl here. Because she happens to have a book for us. The Way to Dystopia. Kind of an ominous sounding name. We also want to check out the race course real quick here. Well, let's check in with Ferris and Celestine here. Wonder how Celestine got here. Not that it matters too much, but I guess the more interesting thing is, why is he with Ferris and, not Patrick at this important time? Who knows? Anyway, now we want to zip back to the training ground real quick here. Because we want to report that we killed all those monsters to Principal Aurelia here. And for all of our trouble, we got the Lionheart Golden Blue Star Medal. As well as, you know, more AP. Just in case you were not quite at the S rank before, doing all those quests will get you right where you need to be. Anyway, we're gonna make another save here. No worries, man. I was just doing some sub-events and doing my last bit of reporting before going to do the main story, which I'm heading to do now. Because Emma and Gaius want to introduce us to someone at the church, so it's about time we go see what they want to show us. Or who they want to show us, rather. And because it does involve them, I will be placing them in the party. Along with Eustace, because why not? Switch things up a bit. Don't make a mess out of your kitchen now. This is the Heimdall Cathedral. Emma and Gaius want to introduce us to someone here. I'm sure this will take a while. If there's anything left to do, we better do it now. By entering the Heimdall Cathedral, the story will advance, and this work will begin its conclusion. Well, no time like the present. Gameplay recording blocked. Or paused because you entered a blocked scene. Bah. It's okay, everyone can see this, it's fine. There's nobody here. I've never seen the cathedral this empty before. I've been waiting. Huh? Wait, you're the sister who works at the chapel and leaves. Sister Rosine? I had heard rumors, but I never thought you would be the one that Gaius and Emma were talking about. I had a feeling you'd show up. But the actual person is somebody else, right? Yeah. It's been a long time since they say that. Ugh. It's been a long time since I saw you. Wow, that's really bad. Let me try that again. With gusto. Right. It has been a long time since I saw you. Please, enter the sanctuary. Those two are waiting for you. Hey, I've been waiting for you. After hearing of this case, I transferred here from the Holy City. The Archbishop and I removed the rest of the guests from the cathedral. Huh? You're... I see. So that's what happened. That looks like one guy to me. What? he was your previous Thor's professor, wasn't he? That's Instructor Thomas, right? Rosine, thank you. Just in case, please keep an eye on the entrance, will you? Yes, Master. Well then, please make yourselves comfortable, everyone. A master? You mean... Yeah, he fooled all of us. Allow me to make some introductions. This is Sir Thomas Lysander, Deputy Head of the Septian Church Order of Chivalry. He's also known as the Partitioner, the Second Dominion. The Gralsritter? An order of knights from the church. I've heard of them before. I heard that the former terrorist S was from that group. Hey, wait a minute. Why are you introducing him, Gaius? No way! Are you a member too? I guess I'll introduce him this time. He's also one of the 12 Dominion of the Gralsritter. The 8th Dominion, Sir Gaius Warzel. I frickin' knew it! I knew it! I knew it the whole damn time! God damn it! I called it! I frickin' called it! Why? So the reason we can get in touch with you for the past 6 months was... Yeah, a lot happened. After graduating from Thor's, I returned to Nord, and for a while I kept on an eye on the situation between the Empire and the Republic. But amid that, when I felt the wind rushing over the plateau, something dark was mixed in with it. When I was expressing my concern about that to my father, and the leader of the tribe, a priest named Barkhorn came to visit. He was a wandering priest who tested us during that time of the Civil War. I learned later that he was actually the 8th Dominion of the Gralsritter, known as the Roaring Lion. He had once been investigating the Salt Pail incident of 27 years ago in Northumbria, and he also taught General Wallace as one of his disciples. I think you're way off on your speculation here, Necro. Seems he was interested in me, and came all the way to Nord to meet me. According to him, he felt an approaching wind of destruction enclosing on the world. I don't know if it was because he saw the blood of the ones who fought with the Lionheart Emperor. But once he learned about us, he seemed satisfied. Then, an incident occurred. A Republic ship broke through the defense line of the 7th Armored Division and hit the settlement. My father was absent, so to protect my family, I took up my spear, but I was no match. When I resigned myself to my death, a large person stood in front of me. And I received that stigmata from that dying priest. I think it's translated as stigma in the other games, but whatever. I received the history of nearly 1,000 years of Dominion Knights. And I became one of them. The Roaring Lion. I've heard that name a lot before. He prevented a lot of disasters in the Northumbrian frontier. Yes, he was one of our veteran members. So, it was under those circumstances that Sir Gaius received the stigma. I reported as such to Arteria. He then had to train for 6 months as a knight of the church. I see. So that's what happened. Why didn't you tell us about this sooner? Yeah, maybe we could have helped you out somehow. I'm sorry, everything happened so quickly. I tried my best to finish my training as quick as I could. And finally, I was able to get in contact with Eustace last month. The power I inherited from my teacher. I plan to use it to protect Class VII and to save my second homeland, the Empire. Oh. Gaius? Seriously. It's good to see you're as reliable as ever. He's a little bit like Saray. But... okay, never mind. I was gonna say he doesn't have a gay buddy, but that's a total lie. Thanks, guys. I'll ask you again to lend us your strength. Yes, it's yours if you need it. Somehow these senpai get more and more awesome. The pressure keeps building up on us. Yeah, I really feel the gap in our experience. What a famous lineup. No way, no way. Oh, I have a lot of training to do myself. Yes, I'm still chasing after the back of my predecessor. Speaking of which... Oba-chan, stop hiding, get out here. Sorry, Oba-chan is grandma. After all, you're the ones who called us here. Oh, come on. I was trying not to interrupt their moment. She must have helium in her skirt or something. Oh. Huh. The one Emma calls Grandma. The leader of the witches, Roselia. No, call me Rose. The reason you're all gathered here is so that we can inform you of the pact between the witches and the church. I see, so that's what's going on. But I thought the witches were in confrontation with the church. It's not that we don't believe in the goddess. It's just we have a difference in opinions. But we've overcome that to a lie before. For example, during the War of the Lions 250 years ago, and the case of the vampires 200 years ago. Along with that case that almost repeated the other day 800 years ago. Well, all of that was just Rose crashing the party. Huh? So, all of that was your doing? According to the legends, there was a good witch with Emperor Dreikels, along with the saint. And in the book, Rose of the Red Moon, a sister of the church was portrayed as the true ancestor of the vampires. All of those things were her. Well, she looks a little different from back then. Huh? Hey, Rose, how old are you? Well, I've lived for about 800 years or so now. But I'm the only special one. All of the other witches are normal humans. apart from the descendants of the Blaze. What is the Blaze? Are you talking about the Septarian? One of the things that caused the floating city in Liberl? Or the Azure Tree in Crossbell? One of the Septarian bestowed on humanity by Erebos herself. They were all said to be lost in the collapse 1200 years ago. And the Society continues to pursue them now. Yes, so this is where the real story begins. Now then, where do I begin? I know the rest from here, Grandma. Please get to the point already. Please, I don't know the cause myself. Very well. Would you mind taking over from here, Roselia? I suppose that'd be fine. Sorry. Perhaps I can take over from here, Roselia. Yes, that would be great. You seem to have noticed already. In the Empire today, there is both the surface world and the underworld. The turbulent politics, the signs of war, these are all directly caused by changes in the Septium veins. This is also causing legendary beasts to appear, such as the cryptids. I thought so. And as the Empire expands, these occurrences expand as well. So why specifically are the Pleroma flowers and the Magic Knights appearing? Well, originally, the Pleroma flowers appeared as a spiritual manifestation of the Zero Septarian, grasped from a higher dimension. Originally, it was azure in color, and it faded away when the Crossbell incident ended. After Crossbell was annexed into the Empire, they started to bloom again, but crimson this time. I'm getting chills down my spine just hearing about this. That color, it's the same as the Infernal Castle then. Of course, they were related. By the way, Magic Knights are reincarnations of the golems from the Dark Ages. They were built by the magicians of the Empire of the time to combat the Divine Knights. During the Civil War, due to the influence of spiritual power, they were revived, and by the Spirit Path, they began appearing in Crossbell as well. So that's what happened. It does seem consistent when you hear about the appearance of cryptids in the Empire. And what does the Society have to do with all of this? The Phantasmal Blaze plan. They seek to invoke the Demiurge from Crossbell and the Blaze from the Empire. That appears to be part of their plan, at least. That's what they're doing? So that's their goal. And where exactly did you hear that? I heard it straight from Chancellor Osborne yesterday. He did dodge my aspects about some other important questions, but I got some concerning information. Is that right? I had heard you talk to him, but... It seems the Society cooperated with Crossbell 2 years ago to bring change to the Empire, including an attempt to resurrect the Septarian and Mirage by hand. And although it ended up being more powerful than the original, the Society did not show much interest in it. Most likely, their aim is both of the original Septarian. The ones that originally existed in the Empire, those of Fire and Earth. Fire and Earth. So along with the Space Septarian from Liberl, and Mirage from Crossbell, That leaves 2 unaccounted for. Does it, though? I mean, time, wind, and water is 3. Wait a minute. If the witches are the descendants of people who possess the Septarian of Fire, then... I see. That would make the gnomes the same. The Black Workshop... Oh. Would be descendants of the Septarian of Earth. It's if we're natural adversaries when you put it like that. The Mirage Septarian was ridiculous. They rewrote causality. I mean, that's spoilers for Zero and Ao no Kiseki, but, the very beginning of Zero no Kiseki, you die at the end of the... You die in the prologue, and then Lloyd wakes up from a dream. It turns out that wasn't a dream. That was, actual reality being rewritten. It's crazy. So, speaking of crazy... Along with the Ausleys family of Liberl and the Croy family of Crossbell. Those would be the, descendants of the Space Mirage, the Space Septarian for Liberl, and the, Mirage Septarian for Crossbell. And by the way, a sacred beast was sent to protect each of the Septarian. For Liberl, it was a dragon. For Crossbell, a great wolf, and Erebonia has 2 sacred beasts as well. But both of them disappeared 1200 years ago, along with the Septarian. So that's the crux of the matter. The 2 Septarian, the people who inherited them, and the 2 sacred beasts. Both the treasures and the sacred beasts and the people changed names. So what happened 1200 years ago in Erebonia? Allow me to explain the truth of what happened 1200 years ago, then. From here on out, the story is speculation. Even so, please listen. At the beginning, there were the 2 Septarian. One had the fierce power and treasure of flame, the Septarian of Fire, Arc Rouge. The other held the power of Earth, the Septarian of Earth, Lost Zem. Together, they take the form of a large guardian who brought miracles and joy to men. For several hundred years, the people of Erebonia lived in prosperity. But, after a time, the humans began competing with one another. The 2 Septarian followed the demands of the people and clashed. What resulted was a great calamity. The earth trembled and was torn apart by incredible force. Despite the regrets and the pleas of the people, the disaster would not stop. A 1000-day battle scorched the entire land. Finally, the battle between Septarian came to an end. But the fight was a draw. The exhausted Septarian fled into the dark ground, and finally silence and light returned to the land. But that was not the end of their story. The power of those 2 fused together in the end, and a brand new existence was birthed into this world. It was called the Steel, known as the Great Power. It was a transcendental existence, born from the fusion of earth and fire. Though it did not happen right away, it eventually became a source of infinite energy, fueling a perpetual rivalry. Finally, it went unstable, as the source of all power. Those who survived realized that this was something that mankind should not possess. Borrowing the power of the sacred beasts, the descendants of the flame and the earth bonded together and decided to seal the Great One. But they tried and failed many times, and only one way was left to them. The only way, they realized, to seal the Great One was to preserve its existence, but to divide it into pieces distributed around the world. By doing so, they averted a disaster. In conclusion, they succeeded. Those of the Earth Clan created 7 vessels, and those of the Fire Clan divided it into 7 pieces. And they created what we call the Divine Knights. Or rather, the Deus Excellion. Oh yeah, this is definitely up there with the 72 true runes bullshit. I mean, this is rather something else. So as it turns out, the Septarians we've been looking for are Valimar and the other 6 Divine Knights. That's quite something. What do I even say? It's a story beyond belief. I had heard that it was fragmented, but to think something like this happened 1,200 years ago. It feels like a fairy tale. In any case, it seems like things like this really did happen. So what happened after that? How did Valimar and the other Divine Knights get here? Well, up to this point in the story was recorded in the legends. The descendants of the Blaze became known as witches, and the descendants of Earth became known as the gnomes. They divided the Great One into 7, and cooperated to manage it and rebuild after the collapse. By the way, most members of both sides have abandoned their role. This fusion gave birth to the present Erebonia. It's said that the Septian Church began their mission around this time as well. And then, 300 years later, in the land that would be called Heimdall, the Arnor family established a modern city. Soon after, the Dark Dragon disaster occurred in the capital. Jeez. Erebonia really does live a cursed existence. 900 years ago, in the capital of Heimdall. At the time, there were only 50,000 residents, but it was still one of the most important bases of civilization and restoration. It was at this time that the Septian Church built this very cathedral. The Dark Dragon appeared in the capital, and the city was enveloped in darkness. It truly became a city of the dead. The Emperor of the time, Astrius, led the people far to the south, and built a temporary capital known as Saint Ark. In order to help the people escape, the gnomes and the witches entered the disarray caused by the dragon, and sustained heavy casualties in the result. The witches lost their leader from the previous generation, and the gnomes lost track of their divine beast. Thus, exchange of the two was completely cut off, and they had no contact for 100 years. That was when Emperor Hector activated the Crimson Knight and sealed the Dark Dragon, thus reclaiming the Empire. The ones behind his ascent were the leader of the Gnomes and the new leader of the Witches, myself. However, the Emperor finally lost his life, and the Crimson Knight became a cursed Divine Knight. Finally, under the supervision of the Imperial family, myself, and the head of the Gnomes, it was decided that it'd be sealed in the basement of the Emperor. But that wasn't the end. For some reason, the Gnomes separated from the Witches with a formal farewell and completely disappeared. For 800 years, whenever a war would break out within the Empire, a Divine Knight would appear, exercise his transcendental power, and then disappear again. Though the Gnomes did not assist us, they also did not interfere, and all we could do was lead the Awakeners. And all of this came to a head 250 years ago, in the War of the Lions. The false Prince Orthrus invoked the Crimson, and Imperial Prince Lucius activated the Purple. And then, Prince Dreikel summoned the Ashen, and Saint Leanne the Silver. It was a large battle between 4 of the Divine Knights. So, then you were there during this War of the Lions? A good witch. And this is really becoming a fairy tale. Well, at the prince's request, I stayed in Dreikel's camp. By the way, I wasn't too bad looking around that time. So many awful paintings of me are full of lies. Well, like I said before, the leader of the Witches is not an ordinary person. And for some reason, you've become immortal and looked after the tribe forever. Yes, but remember, I was only born 800 years ago. I have no memories before my predecessor disappeared. Of course there are things I do not know. But one thing you do know. About Saint Leanne, the rider of the Silver Knight. And whether the Steel Maiden of today is really her. Oh, right. We should be able to get some answers from her about that. She confessed to it herself. She had a chance encounter with the Wandering Prince. Together, they challenged the Demon King, and she lost her life protecting him. Before that, she was a prodigy who helped him activate the Silver. But in the end, Leanne decided to seal that power because it had grown too large. During the battle with the Demon King, she had to release the seal, but in the process, she sustained a fatal wound and lost her life. I've also seen with my own eyes that she was revived 6 months later, as the head of the Stahlritter, the group of Arcade Knights. I see then. Were you the one who revived them, Grandma? Oh, I was wondering about that as well. When Leanne lost her life, her body was in a strange condition, without any signs of corruption. And so, her body was taken to our village, and she awoke 6 months later. She somehow became immortal, though I have no idea about the cause. I think I'm starting to piece it together. I think because the Divine Knights are fragments of the Great Power, they're keeping their riders alive through reincarnation or various other methods. It's rather disturbing when you think about it. Leanne realizes this herself. And without her love, the Emperor Dreikels, she went on a trip around the Empire, leaving Legram to her vice chief, her right arm. I met her from time to time during our travels, but we lost touch completely 20 years ago. That was around when she encountered the leader of the Snake. I appreciate you telling me all this. It appears that this is a situation we cannot ignore. We have seen some unbelievable sights these past months. So then the Jaeger King and Crow are the same then? As I've said before, I don't know the cause. I thought perhaps the key was the Divine Knights, considering the Azure, but the Jaeger King has no connection to them. And even though Dreikels was an Awakener, he did not become immortal. Good point. So then this doesn't mean you'll become immortal, right, Instructor? Yeah, he's definitely changed after graduating after all. Yeah, I might have a strange power now, but I'm definitely aging. I wonder what the reason is, then. There are only two people who know the truth. The Prime Minister, Gileath Osborne, and the leader of the Gnomes, Black Alberic. What? The leader of the Black Workshop? Just like me, he appears to be immortal, and yet not immortal. He seems to be a man who inherited the same mission as his master. His greatest wish is to lead the world into the Great Twilight. What is the Great Twilight? That's the first I'm hearing about this, but could it be... Theta mentioned something about the fairy tale of the end in Crossbell. 800 years ago, the leader of the Gnomes spoke to me and the Prince. This involves not just the Empire, but the entire world. He called it a premonition of the end. Wait a second, then that means... It seems like the Empire is going down a similar path. Please, allow me to supplement from my side. Originally, Sir Barkhorn and I entered the Empire because we detected a strange abnormality. We noticed the spiritual veins around the continent building up, little by little, to a point where we couldn't ignore it anymore. It was like a thin, flowing wave. The incidents in Liberl and Crossbell, and finally, the Civil War all increased the activity, and the distortion grew higher still after the annexation of Crossbell in Northumbria. And finally, a huge abnormality occurred in Crossbell, including phantom beasts and magic spirits from all over the Empire. Afterwards, the pleroma flowers that were blooming in Crossbell began blooming in the Empire. We wondered if these were the signs of this great twilight. We figured that these were omens, no matter how you look at it. Okay, so then who is this Alberic guy? He uses that masked man as his agent. The Jaeger King should be dead, and he seems to have hired him. So they're all part of the clan that used to be known as the Gnomes? Yes, aside from your friends, the rabbits, the mask appears to be his right arm. Even I have not been able to follow what they are doing. They seem to be exceptionally skilled craftsmen, however. Oh, and much more than Schmidt, though he is quite capable as well. I've been interested in him for a while. He's like an evolving genius. Huh. Capable craftsman. So then that means you can start to imagine anything. In any case, we're certain he has a connection to the Prime Minister. Considering the Ironbloods, they seem to have quite the unique connection between them. And, based on the incident last night, it seems likely they'll start to take an active role. Huh? Why do you think that? I was finally able to decipher a new chapter of the Black Records last night. Oh, by the way, the Black Records are a type of book that have been found all over the Empire. Rean and I have exchanged information about them in the past. Is that right? When did you? It was right after all of you had graduated. We had a talk then. You said you could decipher it. Can you reveal its contents then? Instructor. No, perhaps I should say Manager Thomas. Knowing Rean's sense of duty, you've probably been using him, haven't you? Wow, you don't trust me at all. In any case, this passage was written in the newly deciphered Black Records book. At the hour the sacrifice spills the blood of the old, the path to the Black Star is opened. The sacred beast, pierced with a sword, at the moment its blood fills the star cup, the great twilight begins. What the fuck is going on here? Ah! So that means... This is all too timely, then. It's like describing what's going on right now. If the blood of the old means the Emperor, then... the sacrifice is ash? So, what is the sword, and what is the cup? When you think cup, you think of the cup of the Septine Church, don't you? Right, and it mentions the sacred beasts as well. Could it be? Yes, Gaius already mentioned this, but... once, the basement of this cathedral was a holy space. It was a facility built as an ark after the collapse. But 900 years ago, it disappeared from the basement completely. Disappeared? I've heard such facilities exist in Liberl as well. Yes, something exists in the basement of Grancel as well. When the capital was retaken, the entire space was completely swallowed by bedrock. But what if it didn't disappear, but merely shifted to another place? Oh, then it still exists somewhere? We believe it most likely contains the sacred beast of the earth, the gift from the goddess that disappeared 900 years ago. I concluded the other day that the dragon we fought was part of its family. Wait a minute! So the dark dragon itself is the sacred beast? Well, it's certainly a mighty beast itself, but no, as the witches and gnomes were able to cross swords with it. No, that sacred beast is somewhere still out there, and it gave birth to the dark dragon. Perhaps it's still lurking in that sacred place of beginnings. So then, everything's being arranged according to that prophecy. You have to be kidding me. By the way, the only sword said to be able to penetrate the holy beast is a sword of demise. According to the Black Records, it's a sword at the root of emptiness. Most likely, it's a special sword made by the Black Workshop. Why, though? At the very least, it's not like the special weapons the Jaegers use. Is it possible it's made of Zemurian ore as well? That seems likely when you consider it. Oh! Muse? What's wrong? Oh. What did you notice? We would really like any clues if you have them. Anything is fine. Please, let us hear it. Okay then. The root of emptiness. Originator 0. That can be abbreviated as OZ. No! The name the Black Workshop gave to Milliam and Altina. The model number. OZ. What is that? You finally figured it out. This voice. Vita! You finally decided to show up, my prodigal daughter. Misty? No. Vita Clotilde. I did hear she was acting alone, but... Long time no see, old lady. Same to you, Emma, Celine, and the rest of Class 7 as well. And Sir Lysander, thank you for serving as intermediary. Oh, not at all. It would be sad for family members to miss meeting each other. Wait, why is Vita working with the church? Vita, why? You don't intend to come back to us, right? Yes. Like I've said before, my loyalties lie with the Grand Master. In that sense, I cannot just behave as a witch, like you or the old lady. And the same is true for the Steel Maiden as well. Oh. What kind of person is this Grandmaster anyway? I don't know what kind of person they are, but they must be quite something. Very well then, Vita. For what reason have you appeared here today? Does that mean the society has finally decided how it's gonna move? Yes, based on the 3 experiments carried out with the man-made Divine Knights. The other 6 Anguists besides myself have reached a unanimous decision. Precisely the taboo, I warned about them myself. To work together with the Prime Minister and the Gnomes to complete the Phantasmal Blaze plan and bring about the Great Twilight. Then that means... So that's what it is. The reason why the Society hasn't been seen in the Empire since last month. It's not because they pulled out of the Empire. It was ordered to advance their plan at any cost. And they formulated a plan to circumvent any that would get in their way. No way. In that case... Everything is because of the enemy? That bell is... This is not the cathedral's bell. Wait, is this Crossbell's bell? No. Is it? Yes, I remember hearing this exact sound during the time of the Independence Declaration. It's the one that was carried out of the museum. The bell from the Stargaze Tower? It's not coming from the museum. The Phantasmal Blaze Plan is something else. How much of this did that person predict? Stop being so vague! If you know something, say it already! I agree with Roselia here. It'll be difficult without Krianos, so help me out, old lady. Emma, Celine, you too. Right. I'll use the Koki then. Whatever a Koki is. What the fuck? Here comes the twilight of the end. The Great Twilight. This is the Carol Imperial Villa. That place was locked off as well. So what exactly is going on here? Well, the Stalritter are there, Campanella's there, and the bell is set up. Ugh. Huh? That's... Is that the remains of a divine knight? This is, quite the cast of characters. What's Sharon doing there? Oh no. Altina. God damn it, Lecter, what are you doing? What the hell is going on here? No, it's clear that blue ponytail guy is, Black Alberic. Oh. Well then, let us celebrate the restarting the Phantasmal Blaze Plan and the dawn of the Great Twilight. Number 0, the Fool, will let it begin. Ding. Ding. "500 arch away." What? Hello. This must be the divine beast of Earth. Doesn't look divine. Looks, you know, more demonic, if anything. And it's awake now. That's certainly fine. What the hell? Well, you're gonna get what you wish for. We don't get to see this Eldritch Abomination of a final dungeon yet, but I'm certain it will be. There we go. It's a big, funky egg. Well then. Wow. Huh. That certainly is impressive. Wow. The beginning of the end. Deja vu. A black star. Just like in the Black Records. A funeral brought about by the great power. Claire, you know what you got into. Rean, Eustace. Never thought it would come to this. Well then, let us begin. Please, lead us, master of the workshop of the gnomes. Black Alberic. Understood, Your Excellency. God damn it! Nura! That guy totally is Professor Lumen. Dude, Sarah's a bracer. She believes in justice. We all know George is a traitor. God, fucking all these assholes. Oh, got Zephyr, the Red Constellation, the Society of Ouroboros, the Gnomes, and the Ironbloods all working together. Man. They did not want to make this easy for us, do they? Oh. Brother, Milliam. That was Al, right? Yeah. Why? The Jaeger King. Zeno, Leo, too. Azure Siegfried. And that one in the coat? That was... the clown? The Almighty Conflagration? And that was the saint. I gotta stop you right here. There's no way Sarah's a double agent. Sarah's on our side. She's sucked into the Rean harem. Come on. Be real. Why? I just talked to her this morning. But... there's no way! Elisa. That man's name was Lumen, right? His hair's a different color, though. Franz Lumen. The first student of G. Schmidt, the deceased husband of the current head of the Reinford Group. Originally, Franz Reinford. What, God, no! Yep, knew it, called it, yep, god damn it. Fucking can't trust professors. Franz Reinford did not die. He was not dead this entire time. He was freaking the leader of the gnomes this whole time. God damn it, what the hell? I see. So all this has been in motion for the past 20 years. Yes, most likely his cooperation with the Prime Minister was for this very result. Oh. Elisa. We don't have time to sit here. The Bracer Guild does not want to find out what this Twilight really is. What about the rest of you? Yeah, we can't just stand here waiting. Class 7 is gathered here, almost as if we were meant to move together. Yes, that's right. Lisa, let's go. Yeah. Vita, what do you intend to do? Well, I wouldn't mind accompanying you if it meant a shot at revenge. But I don't think he'll go that easily. What was that? This presence. There's a disturbance in the spiritual force. This is... No way. Manager, Gaius, cryptids and magic knights have appeared. Oh. Alright, well, the game wants us to save. I think we will. Let's continue onward. The bells, the bells, the bells are ringing. Surprise! Cryptids in the city! I think you're getting too excited about things that aren't gonna happen. Sarah's already had her backstory elaborated on. No, if there's any party member who's gonna be a witch that we don't know about yet, it's Muse. And that's only because of her tenuous connection to Duke Cayenne and the Noble Alliance. The city's fucked, though. Mother! Grandfather! This won't be an easy task. This is... the manager's seal technique. Not bad. Leave the rest to me. Portable crossbow. I'm down for that. As expected of the old lady. Not bad, Rosine. Emma, cover me. Understood, Vita. Can we just have, like, Emma and Vita? That's incredible! So this is the power of witches in the Septian Church? Brother! Everyone! Senpai, Princess! No, stay back! Shit, it's dangerous! Ugh. Princess, please run! No way! No, we're too far away. Don't be rude to a lady. Patrick? From the High Arms family? Thank you. Let's take it out. Right. Of course, we gotta take it out off screen, because obviously Patrick's that badass. God damn. Brother, thank goodness you're alright. Elise, you too. Thank you, Patrick. You really saved us. No, I'm just glad I was able to check on the situation here. But why in the world did this happen? Is it related to the tolling of that bell? Yes, actually. They explained the situation at the Carroll Villa. Cedric did? But why? It seems like the situation's the same around the capital. The military police and the 4th Armored Division have moved too. Really? Anyway, we need to confirm your safety first, Your Majesty. Please leave that to me. Allow me to erect a barrier around the Estrella Girls' School. It should be sufficient to block the cryptids and the magic knights, like the ones we just saw. You do that? That would be a huge help. Vita. Well, I did have high hopes for you. Well, of course you should. Goes without saying. Patrick, we'll be counting on you. Besides Clotilde, you're the strongest one we have here. Yeah, leave it to me. Please, be careful, you guys. To think it would come to something like this. Be very careful, everyone. Yes, you as well, Gwen. We'll definitely come back. We need to discover the truth. How much of this did you know? About Sharon? About the Black Workshop? Oh. Elisa. Our contract with Sharon was up until that person appeared. Until that man, who disappeared in the blaze 10 years ago in that accident, returned. Huh? Now that it's happened, there's nothing binding her here. She has to return to her former employer without regret. Mother! Seriously, you're so... Schmidt, how much did you know about all this? Well, I figured as much. When I had noticed the notebook about the soldats, I also recognized that it was a project he presented to me. He intended to present to me to graduate. It seems he's succumbed to a worthless delusion after all. Now, let's see how far you and my 3rd student can go on their own. Then you already noticed the truth about George, too. Sharon was with Erebos. She's a former enforcer. And now that Franz Reinford's found alive, her contract with the Reinford group is null and void, and she has to go back to Erebos. So that's why she's hanging out with them. Yes. He told me himself that he was working with Franz, the leader of the Black Workshop of the Gnomes. Where in the world are they in this empire? If you can't accept this, go see the truth with your own eyes and ears. Find out the true motives of Sharon, and the truth behind that man. You don't even have to ask. Of course I'm going. Brother, Muse, Kurt, Yuna, please, be careful. Yeah, you too, Elise. Senpai, Princess, may Adios be with you. We'll be back for sure. Please wait for us. I'll believe in you. Rean, Class 7. Please, stop Cedric. Leave it to me. As a noble, and more importantly, as a member of Class 7, we will definitely stop this bell. That's whose tolling will bring this demise. Sister, we're leaving this to you. Yes, you can count on me. And, if we get past this, let's have a long talk. Just the two of us. I apologize for everything so far. Oh. I halfway accept your apology. Oh. Just be sure not to blindly accept the foul words. Sorry. Ha, same as usual. Well, just be sure not to blindly accept what she's saying, okay? She is your foul sister, after all. Hey, I don't need to hear that from you, Grandma. Oh, ouch. I saw that look. I know you and, Muse are witches together. Awesome. The barrier of the second Anguis, the Azure Abyss. Alright, preparations are complete. Very well, let us go. Rosine, if you please. Yes, I've contacted Sir Hemisphere. That's, Wazi Hemisphere from, the Crossbell games. Rean, Gaius, please, be careful. Yes, you too. We'll leave the rest to you. Alright, let's go! To the Carol Villa. No. The Black Chalice. Alrighty then. My legs are falling asleep. Yikes. Guys, over here! Take care of the injured. Ah! Jeez, I need to write a good article here. Hold still. Hey, Hugo. Are you scared too? Not at all. I wish I could say that. I think I might be in over my head here. Huh? That's enough, monsters! Oh! The 4th Armored Division Soldat Squad! Oh! Yeah! Too slow! Of course, General Craig would be operating Goliath. The plaza is secure. However, the entire capital is under attack. Sir, I heard an anomaly appeared at the Carroll Villa. Split into 3 teams and secure the capital. Nightheart, operate with Thors. Understood. Alan, form a team of 2. What was that? Oh, these things too? Those things from the old schoolhouse? Hey, get out of our way! Jesus Christ, they're going all out. This is the frickin' final boss from Cold Steel 1. Well, final dungeon boss. That's... Look out! Kai, Mash! Get out of here! Nia, Mash! Hey, you idiot! This isn't the time to try acting cool! Oh, it's you guys! The Bracer lady, too! Are you guys okay? Leave this to us! Looks like we have to take care of this. I'll contain the damage with the barrier. Everyone, don't hold back! Very well then. We'll take care of this. Let's go! Old and new Class 7. Right. And we can choose our party. Well, we can't choose our party per se. But, let's go with this. It's good enough for me. Alright, let's whittle these jerks down. Welcome up, Yuna. Oh, that one's back on its feet. How annoying. Alright. One down. Now we just have to take care of this dumb dragon here. Don't worry, we're still in this fight. Okay, it bursted up. That's annoying. Anyway, we're gonna try to break this guy again, even though we're gonna get that buff thing, which is really annoying. He's been pretty good in this fight. And hopefully, I can finish them off from this point on. There we go. Mission complete. And Rean got a level, Fee got a level, and Sarah got a level. Alright. And now we have to fight with this team. That's a good one, but I want to put this one on Laura. Alrighty then. Gaius got his new S-Craft. Yikes. Well, I don't know if this is really a Cthulhu parade, but it's certainly a parade of pain. Anyway, I'm gonna trigger the critical move here and try out Gaius' new ass craft here. See what we got here. Okay, cool. He's gonna throw his spear into the sun. Okay, that works for me. And then the world exploded. Alright. Give us some of that health back. Okay, it's charging its laser. That's not good. It's not good at all. Alright, let's see what we can do about the situation here. Ultimate defense, let's go. Want to avoid these status effects if possible. Or he's not even going to use them on us. Because he's a jerk. Jerk, what a jerk. Alright, we broke the Magic Knight. I haven't able to can't break this guy just yet. Hopefully we'll get there soon. Alright. And we're just gonna do this again. Come on, guys. Knock them out of the stratosphere. I gotta say, it's taken 3 games, but Gaius has definitely become my favorite gameplay character. I'm sorry to hear that, Necro. Hopefully this should be about the end of the fight here. Oh, it's still alive, huh? I can't get both of them in the shot. But I think that was able to finish them both off. So yeah, that wasn't too bad a fight. Which shows you what Class 7 is truly capable of. And Elisa got a level, Emma got a level, Machias got a level, and Laura leveled up too. They were strong. But that should be enough. Extermination complete. Everyone, are you alright? You aren't hurt, are you? Oh, amazing! You guys took out those huge things! I'm so relieved. What the hell? That was actually kind of cool, Rean Schwarzer. What was that? Nothing at all. Anyway, I'm glad you're all alright. Kai! Martha, Fred, and Oscar too. You guys saved them. Thank you so much, Bracers. Everyone. I can't believe kids like you would make us worry so much. I said I'm sorry, Mom. Looks like you guys are alright though. Nia, Mash. Everyone's hiding inside. You guys need to come too. Rean, everyone. Looks like you took care of those ones. Once we confirm everyone's safety, we better move on. Oh, we're not done yet. Look at all these magic knights. Ah! New ones? And this many? What a pain. This is endless! But we can't ignore this. Let's split up here and have one team head to the villa. No need for that. What? Rifles and anti-tank missiles? It's you guys! They're still moving. What do you want to do, Mama? Heh. They're nothing compared to Demon Walls back then. Push them back and eliminate them. Josette, help us out. Yeah. Seriously, what a slave driver. Leave this to us. You guys, move out. Jingo! Everyone! Josette's here too. Everyone, thanks a lot. Let's get everyone out of here while we still have the chance. Help me out. Bennett, Fury, Right. Yes. Looks like we can leave this to them. Let's go. I don't really know what's happening, but please, be careful. May Erebos be with you. Thank you very much. Let's go. Don't all stop at once, everyone. Rean! Thank goodness I got through! Toa, what's your status? We've just rendezvoused with the squad. It looks like the capital is under attack. What's going on over there? Please stay calm and listen. I'll summarize. In the Carol Villa... Oh dear. Monsters? Fire. Celestine, you're not gonna punch that thing into submission, are you? Oh my god, he is. Why can't Celestine be a party member? Sir, we've lost contact with Battleflame Palace. The Prime Minister, Crown Prince, and Governor have all left. Ugh. Chancellor Osborne. So it was you after all. Sir, it's from Patrick. He's confirmed the safety of the princess. However, Lord Ragnar, who's in the east side of the city, has gone missing. I see. In any case, it's exactly as he predicted. In that case, we have to move on to the next stage. Huh? Brigadier General, the die has been cast. Start acting to save the citizens of the capital. Probably Netflix a clock on phone. Roger that. All we can do is wait for the players here. Begin the mission! This is the inaugural mission of the Weisland Army. Clear out the west gate, eliminate the cryptids and the magic knights, and head for the station. That person is supporting us. Show me all what you're made of. Yes, Commander! And take down those tents, you're not going to need them. Seriously, Shirley and the Red Constellation showed up? George, so he too was... Claire too? What the hell is she thinking? This is Irving. What do you mean the Ark Royal moved? It left the station for the villa? That's the main school's train. That red armored train? Seems the time has come to pit the main and branch schools against each other. Well, Aurelia's out in force. I'll be acting on my own from now on. You should head for the villa and back up Schwarzer. Hey, wait a minute! Where are you going? I have some minor business to take care of. I need to take care of some monsters and fulfill my duty as your principal. I pray for your success, young, naive lions. Are you kidding me? Minor business? No way. In any case, let's head for the villa. The Chancellor seems to be there. What will you do? There's no need to ask. I will act in duty as the instructor of the branch school. I feel like if we just sent Aurelia at this problem, it would solve itself. She could just, like, skewer Osborne on her sold-out sword. Anyway, let's save again. Because, this event took a whole hour. And, I'm just gonna grab something to drink real quick here, and I'll be back in a minute or so. Okay, and we're back. Let's continue on. Gameplay recording paused because you entered a blocked scene. How cute. That's probably the rest of the game from now on at this point. The Grail of Erebos. Not the Grail of Erebos. So that's the Grail of Erebos. The villa has become completely enclosed. Yeah, this is just like the Infernal Castle. That's an entire battalion from the Red Constellation. The Ark Royal's here too. No way. Ada, Fritz, even the main school is with them. You all showed up faster than I thought. The Abyss isn't here, but this is a nice showing. Thor's Class 7. I knew you'd show up. George! Why? That's a combat shell from the Black Workshop. And the clown. Your attempts are futile. This is the will of the Master. Don't think too badly of us. Stall Ritter. You plan to defend them? Well, the boss left this to us. If you plan to continue, you should prepare yourselves. As Shirley's right hand, Zeno, Leo, 2 Jaeger Corps are supporting him as well. This is the will of Prince Cedric. Instructor Rean, Class 7, will stop you here. This is wrong, you guys! Good or bad, they are of the Empire. It is difficult to take up arms against the Crown Prince and the Prime Minister. Rose, Instructor Thomas, can that barrier be broken? It's next to impossible, even with a Divine Knight. However, if I combine his seal and my own technique... I see. It might be possible to punch through. Grandma! You intend to open the path for us? It appears we don't have any other choice. Well, let us leave it. Let us old folks let you young ones handle this. Emma, Celine, prepare the transportation technique. Understood. Leave it to us. They intend to go through with it. That's awfully bold with this many opponents. Here they come. No way. They just won't give up. Alright, there's the Durflinger. Alright, let's kick some ass. We made it! Just in time. Oh man, Tita's gonna be jealous Tio got on a bike ride with Agate. Tiosuke, you made it! Yep, that person gave me a lift. Agate, what about Shara? It was tough, but I had to leave them there. She asked what I wasn't doing at your side at a time like this. Oh! Woo, woo! Woo, woo! Shut your mouth already! Some comic relief at a time like this. Seems like all the players are here. Let us begin. Shall we dispatch of the society then? Nonsense! The Gralsritter, a worthy opponent. The Scarlet Witch. We had better tread carefully. How about we take on the Heavy Blade? That's a new combat unit from the Zeiss Central Factory. I would like to see how strong it really is. Well then, we'll engage the girl from the Foundation and the RMP Major. In that case, I'll... Thor's Branch School. We will now begin assisting our allies in attacking the Grail. Yes, ma'am! Let's move. Thor's main academy. Military Academy main school. Let's begin our attack on the branch school. Right. Alright. At least we don't have to deal with all the chaff this time. George, why? Why did you join the Black Workshop? And where's Angie? I've been a member from the very beginning. I've always been a gnome. Before I even met the professor. And Angie's dead. You're lying! Left flank, fall back. You're a bit too far out. I know Angie, Crow, and George too well. There's no way you would save Crow and cast Angie aside. You must be being controlled by the leader of the Black Workshop, right? Well then, how about you test me? Ah! Senpai! I won't let you! Now, Rean! Everyone's occupied. We can move now. I'm not gonna let that happen. Prepare yourselves. That's our line. Get back. We will not let you through. Go! Hurry, Class 7. Why'd you throw your staff away? Now all we can do is leave this to them. They'll have to stop this somehow. Oh, now you've done it. You will pay for this intrusion. Alright. Now it's time to scale the Grail of Erebos. Didn't see any of the Iron Bloods in there. Or out there. We didn't see Shirley or any of the other gnomes out there. We didn't see Sharon either. Or Ouroboros is strongest for that matter. Huh. This is inside that black egg. Yikes. This place is unsettling. Almost as unsettling as that subtitle being spelled wrong. I feel it. An unprecedented power. Yeah. Far greater than the Infernal Palace. This place has to be at least 500 arch tall. Yeah, based on the echo. Let's go then. They're waiting for us, without a doubt. Of course they are. The Anguists and enforcers of the society, members of the Gnomes, and of course, the Iron Bloods. Right. Even still, we have to go. Right. We don't know what is happening, but we have to stop it. For the old and the new Class 7, all we can do is push forward. Right. The only thing we can do now is... we cannot allow them to cause the end of the world. Elisa. Exactly. We will not allow them to go any further. Seems like you're all prepared. Too bad we aren't all here, but this should be plenty. That's right. For them. What's waiting for us up ahead will be a grueling fight, but there's nothing to fear. We've been gathering our power for these past 2 years. And now, there is nothing that Class 7 cannot overcome. We will now begin the mission to stop the Twilight and rescue the captured Altina. For all of the people who believe in us, who brought us here. With all of us together, no matter what happens, we'll come home alive. Right. About party organization. You can change attack members from any time at the camp menu. If necessary, the member formation can be changed at will from the main screen. Black Records Book 1 updated based on Thomas's information. And we got a whole bunch of character notes for that. Anyway, we got the whole party again. We can organize them as needed. So, let's organize them as needed. Well, yeah, we don't get to have Milliam with us. That's a shame. Anyway, let's make a new save after all that. And let's begin our descent into the last dungeon here. I'm just gonna break up the video here. I learned my mistake from last time, so bear with me a second as I disconnect and reconnect.